So your career, you were talking earlier, like you're not kind of at the Tom Cruise level, which honestly I find more exciting. Like actors that are just very character actors, like William H. Mathews and several other people that are just able to do like tons of things. I'm very admirable about. But I feel like the problem with that is that when you're out, people don't necessarily know who you are. They always know you by your character. Like, do you get that a lot when you're recognized?
No, I mean, no, not really. There's definitely like no one knows like my name or like exactly who I am. It's usually like, are you somebody? I know you from somewhere, right? Do I? And then I usually have like a bag of tricks, like, oh, do I owe you money? Or no, remember we met you like at the doorway just 20 minutes ago. Or sometimes, actually in Tennessee, mostly I've noticed a lot of step-by-step, a lot of like TGIF sitcom watchers, right? Well, that's like 20 years ago, so they're all grown up and they're of the age now. Yeah. Makes more sense.
Tennessee is really weird too. Like I had to turn off that part of me that recognizes people because I worked with so many people like throughout the years, and so I see people in a coffee shop, and I'm just kind of like, I think I know you. Like you were probably like the like backline person or something for a show that I worked at like 10 years ago or something, and it drove me crazy trying to figure out what it was. So I just turned it off. So and now everyone's just who they are. Because that's way more important.
You know that as to this day, I still get starstruck if I see like a big celebrity. I have no idea how to handle myself in front of actors that I admire.
Did you have that problem when, like, did you ever work with any that you had that?
Oh yeah, all the time. Couldn't have I did a movie with Jeff Bridges, and I couldn't bring it down to like a grounding level. I was like, so if they offered you the part of Batman, would you play it? Which he said yes. But I definitely see them as like these like amazing creatures that do these amazing things I could never do. So I always, hold them in such high regard.
Yeah, I feel there are definitely like a lot of people that are out there like that act. I think part of the whole thing of the show is kind of to bring a personality to actors and other people in entertainment. But then there are still just some people that you're just always going to be in awe of no matter what they do. So it's kind of fantastic.
Yeah.
I know. By the end, were you, I don't know, maybe you can tell me if they're not, like were you still kind of starstruck, or did you just kind of like, oh, he's just another person type thing?
Still. Yeah, still.
There are always really great stories about him and like several other people. I think those are the ones for me that it would be the hardest to interact with, either the people that have just so much talent and so much heart and personality, or people that have just kind of gone through so much and they're still really amazing. Like I'd probably be that way meeting Robert Downey Jr.
Oh, sure.
Because he was like one of my favorite actors back in the 90s, and just now, just seeing everything that he's accomplished, like I just have a lot of admiration for that.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's totally natural. The hey, you're famous, I'm going to be crazy about you, even though I don't really know who you are type of thing, kind of bothers me a little bit, but I don't know. There's a lot. So we talked about that too.
Yeah, we sure did. Just talk about that.
Yeah.
Wes is bored. He's checking his Facebook.
Hey,
sign there.
It's a good sign. I'm pretty sure everyone that's watching this is going to be multitasking. I normally multitask.
No, you should be riveted. Hey, stop what you're doing.
That's true. Just stare at Jason's face
riveted
right
conversation
now.
right here.
Stare into his eyes. Yeah, I think this is why this is still awkward for me. Like I said, I'm just going to talk about whatever I want to. So I'm going to talk about how awkward it is being a host. Because having...
Yeah, let's talk about that.
I know. Well,
let's peel off that
layer.
layer.
They're intentionally unintentional conversations. And so, like I was saying that, I got nervous. I don't ever get nervous. But I was nervous today.
Yeah?
Because, I don't know what's going to happen, I think.
You don't know what's going to happen?
Yeah.
The unknowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the most exciting part, though.
It is. It's exciting, but it also makes me nervous.
Okay.
So, because I feel like as the host, I should probably be in control of these things. But I'm like, nope, I can't be in control of these things because then that would be a really boring show.
Right. All you have to do is be able to, like, if things get out of control, kind of like rein it in. That's like, or let it go. You're the director of this.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, true. I'm gonna
like Letterman, like the guests that go a little cuckoo. We can kind of like rein it back in if he needs to, or let it play.
Yes. Yeah. I think I would probably just let it play.
Yeah.
And see what happens and go from there. I don't know. I don't necessarily want more entertainment, but if that's what people are, like I don't want to rein people in. I don't want, like I said earlier, I don't want people to feel like they have to be censored.
And that's what makes you a good director.
Oh, thank you.
Now, but you're uncomfortable being a host, so you decided, I'll beat this by making myself the host of my own show.
Doing it, yes. Actually, it was still a control issue. It was there are probably lots of people out there that are way better at hosting than I am, but then the show wouldn't necessarily be what I want it to be, and so I cared more about it being what I want it to be, or at least figuring out what I want it to be, than I did about having a good and riveting host.
And this show is how you want it to be.
It's getting there.
It's getting there? Well, how could it be better?
I don't know yet.
You don't know yet?
No.
Well, let's start with, do you like the location?
Location.
You could do this anywhere. You could do this in like
I know, and I love
living
that.
room. You choose like a public. Can we say the name of this place? Should we?
Yeah, no, we can.
Well, the Frothy Monkey.
Mm-hmm.
We should probably. They let us shoot here.
Yes.
So thank you, Frothy Monkey.
Yeah.
You should be doing the thanking, not me.
Thank you, Frothy Monkey.
Right.
I do that in my introduction on the podcast.
You do?
Yes. Because it'll also be in podcast form. So it'll be video form, and then also audio podcast.
Well, people listen to the audio. Not
Yeah,
going to get
so
all the
they
hand
can listen
gestures
to you
that I'm
in
doing
the car.
right now.
No, they won't. They can probably hear it though in your voice. But anyway, that was that. So let's talk about your voice acting career a little bit,
All right.
because I find that really exciting as an aspiring voice actress. So a lot of people.
What do you want to know?
What do I want to know?
Yeah.
I just want to talk about you. What your experiences have been. Like a lot of people have said that it's a pretty lonely profession because you're in there not necessarily with other people.
Yes and no. I mean, the last couple of gigs I did, I was with a group of people. It depends on the project.
Mm-hmm.
Feature films, animated feature films are most always like one actor at a time. A lot of TV series that you watch, like Disney Channel, Cartoon Network, they'll be like, in the round, maybe a few people. But it's far from lonely. It's one of the most outrageous sects of this industry that I've found.
Yeah.
It's I'm voiceover actors themselves. I mean, talk about like people who are famous that you don't know.
Yeah.
They're just the most down to earth, less pretension, I feel, and so much more fun to hang out with.
Yeah. I feel like you could be super famous and still go to Disneyland. Like that's just ideal.
Yeah, totally.
So.
Totally.
Yeah, I ran out of talking points, I think.
That's all you want to know about voiceover?
No,
That's
well,
it?
You can keep talking. I thought I had another one and I didn't.
No.
So I looked down.
You're an
and
aspiring
it broke the
voiceover
conversation.
actress.
I am.
What do you want to know?
Well, I feel like we can talk about that later though, because then it becomes about me, and this interview is not about me.
No, it's like whatever you want to know about voiceover, I can answer, and I'll make it about me. Trust me.
Okay. I don't know if there are things that I want to know. I need to have more.
So you know everything. You don't.
No, I don't know everything, but I don't know what I don't know. That's key. And so I wouldn't know what to ask because I don't know what I don't know.
All right. Do you know that? Let me ask you a question. When recording voice for an animated project, well, which comes first, the animation or the voice recording?
Usually the voice recording.
All right. Sorry, a couple things.
I know a few things, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, unless you're doing like anime things, and then you have to do the ADR.
Do you know who June Foray is?
I've heard the name.
June Foray. Dawes Butler.
I don't know who that is.
No, Mel Blanc.
Yes.
Okay, Mel Blanc. All right. Well, June Foray is like the female Mel Blanc.
Okay.
She is still alive today at like 90-something years old.
That's awesome.
Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Okay.
She was Rocket J. Squirrel, and any witch that you heard in like any Disney or like early 50s, 60s cartoon was voiced by her. The Granny and Tweety Sylvester, the Granny. She was the voice of the Granny. Yeah.
Yeah, I recognized the name and knew that she did a lot. I couldn't recall what that was, so I'm glad that you're here.
Yo, you bet.
I know. I need to keep you around at all times. I'm like, wait, what was that? Jason. Right.
So if you want to do aspiring voice actors, does this mean you want to do animation? Do you want to do promo? Do you want to do video game? Do you want to do commercial?
Mostly character, so animation and video game.
Animation and video game. Cool. Do you have a reel?
Not yet.
No.
I'm working on that. I need to figure out what to put on my reel because I don't have actual stuff to put on my reel. So that's the place where I'm at right now.
Do you do like impressions and stuff like that?
Not really.
No?
Like, I can do character voices, but I don't necessarily do impressions. I'm an introvert. Like, I'm an outgoing introvert, and so I spent a lot of time by myself, not really talking. That was my only child experience, and so I had these things, but they were all in my head. So there was actually I guess it wasn't that long, but there was a period of time where whenever I would talk out loud and actually have conversations with people, eventually it would become overwhelming because I wasn't used to actually doing the out loud part of it. It was always in my head.
Interesting.
I know. I think that's also why I like the conversations and stuff like this, because I had to have so much stuff in my head. Like, I did all of the conversation, and then I think about having conversations with actual people, and I'm like, wait, they don't think the way that I do. They're going to say different things.
Your response is different than what my response should have been.
Yeah, and then I'm like, wait, what comes next? I'm not like that anymore.
So
but
6-year-old Sandrene would play in her room and be silent. You wouldn't talk to yourself out loud.
I sang a lot.
You sang? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but like the conversations that I had with the characters in my room, they weren't really conversations. I mean, they were all in my head. So there's no point in speaking them out loud.
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah. But I like to speak and do things. Yeah, I did my first. I don't have a very extensive acting career, but I started when I was 7 and was in like small productions since then. Mm-hmm. So I'm used to talking and in front of people and etc. But really, unless I was talking or unless someone like directly asked me a question, like I didn't speak.
Okay.
It was all in my head.
So can you color me up with some of these characters that you've been working on?
Why are you putting me on the spot on my show? That's so weird.
It's just a simple question.
It is a simple question.
Are they accents? Are they?
I have some accents.
Are they?
And some.
They funny like Bugs Bunny kind of voices?
Yeah, I have a lot of little kid voices.
Little kid voices. Okay,
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Let's hear one.
I don't know what she would say.
You know what she would say?
Again, like I said, I need to have something to say.
Does she have a name?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Let's call her Cindy.
Okay.
How old is Cindy?
I like Cindy. Cindy is 7.
7 years old. Okay, so she'll
Sound really young. She'll be like this is like my 7-year-old little dude. Okay, so Cindy, we're just here having tea. I got a socialite tea. What kind of tea did you get?
I got ginger tea.
Ginger tea. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah. Isn't ginger like all like fiery and spicy?
It does. It's kind of tingly.
All tingly. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, very good.
Thank
you.
you.
All right, what else?
That's about it. I figure I can probably do little boys as well, but I haven't come up with a little boy
She means for animation.
Yes.
People just tuning in.
That's absolutely what I mean.
Yeah, it's legal in many states. Well, most little boy characters in cartoons are voiced by women. Did you know that?
So I did not know that when I thought of it, but then I discovered other things, and that further validated my thought that I would be able to voice little boys.
Say that one more time.
Voice.
Yes.
Little boys.
Little boys.
So a lot of I think on Facebook or something, there's one of those like question answer type things or whatever, and one of the questions is which of your friends is most likely to say something inappropriate and not realize it, and I'm usually picked for that.
Oh, excellent.
By everybody. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it is. I have a very innocent mind, and so I just don't really know what I'm saying. I just say words, and I'm kind of like, oh, yeah.
I don't know what I just said when I do little boys. I don't know. That was an accident.
Totally an accident. Yes. Excellent.